All right, guys. I am going to walk you through our song "Hello, Hello," start to finish, the whole song. We'll go piece by piece. We'll show you kind of how we built it in the studio, our inspiration behind each element, and just the overall feel of the song. Uh, so let's just jump right in. I'll play the intro, and then we'll break that down, and then go piece by piece throughout the song. Right, so right out the gate, it's very 80s, kind of a nostalgic, happy sounding, synth driven introduction to the song. Set the tone for the song, and then the verse kind of sinks into a dancey, calling out type of vibe, especially with the vocals and the way they're mixed. So I'll show you each element of the intro so you can see the different layers, which is kind of cool. I will loop it. I'll loop. I will loop the first few bars here and go piece by piece. So start with the bass. Very straightforward. And the guitars mirror that with a chunky kind of old school rock vibe, but when you start to add in the instruments, right, here's the pad going underneath it. Right, the pad, and then let's do the snare. Right, 2, 1, 2, kick. Let's put the full drums in now. And now the lead. Right, so very happy sounding introduction, kind of sucks you in, uplifting sounding. And then it drops out for a measure and then sinks right into this lead vocal part here, which we kind of went with like a dancey vibe, but it's supposed to sound really big. So here's the vocal on its own.
Hello, it's been a while. You're 1,000 miles away, but I still see your smile.
Right, so it's very calling out to somebody, like hello, very spacey kind of vibe. And then underneath that, we wanted to go very simple, but simple in the kind of way that makes you move and groove. We don't lose the energy. It actually kind of builds in the energy. So I'll add the bass back in and then the drums just so you can see each thing here.
It's been a while.
Right, and then we've got the toms. And then underneath that's also the synth right here.
Hello,
filling that space.
not too late for us to turn around.
And then it goes back into the intro essentially. It's like almost like a memory, a memory of the introduction, kind of bringing it back. And so we go back into the same format here.
So let me have this dance, this final song. It's a lonely world when you're dancing.
And then coming here we have a snare drum kick in, which gives it kind of a disco dance beat. And electric guitar right here, which you can hear. Actually, let's solo the guitar quickly. Which is a nice build. and then chorus. Chorus, it goes into the rock. So let's put all this stuff back in. I'll do the vocals and the guitar and the bass and the synth to show you the instrumentals going into the chorus, which I think is really cool. And then it rocks out like we leave the disco. Right? Here's the drop. So that's cool. It goes into a rock song, which is what we really are, in our hearts, and then back into dance, which I'm heavily inspired by dance. I think dance is fun. I think a song like this, I mentioned in another video that it's a love song really, and love songs tend to be very they lean a certain way, and typically they're not happy in disco dancing and the whole thing. So we wanted to kind of bring happiness and liveliness to a love song. A cool part in this chorus, I will strip this back and just solo the vocals, all the vocals. So we've got the lead vocal, and then we've got group vocals, which is cool. So I'll show you the lead.
Our conversations aren't the same, I know, you know, but I'm still caught in.
Which is cool. It was actually in this studio, I did the lead vocal, and then my brother and I, when we wanted to do the backing vocals, we did group vocals, but it's just the two of us. We do every instrument and all the everything. So when we did that, our amazing producer Jake Loomis recommended that we put a few mics in a room, and Justin and I stand in different parts of the room and take like 10 different takes saying each of these lines, which created like the effect of a big room and a lot of people. So I'll solo those vocals.
I know, you know.
Here comes the next line.
I'll go where you
So
go.
I'll start to rebuild the song coming out of here.
Again and say, oh please just say hello, hello.
Cool. So let's keep moving here. This is my favorite part of the song coming up here. Is the drop into verse 2. It's just straight dance.
Hello, look at the view. Far as my eyes see, I just see me and you.
And then here's the real dance
Hello,
with the hi-hat.
not too late.
Group
So
vocals.
listen up, I've got something to say.
Explosion.
Conversations aren't the same. I know, you know. I'm still caught in yesterday. I'll go where you go. Come back to me again.
Same chorus repeats itself.
Oh, please just say
And this is a cool build. We go into the bridge. Which, I don't know if you guys know the song 99 Red Balloons, which I'm just realizing this now. I knew there was some inspiration in my head. I didn't even think about this in the studio. But if you listen to the guitar coming in, listen to this. Very similar to 99 Red Balloons. So here's the bridge, which we wrote in the studio in like maybe 10 minutes. It was totally stroke of inspiration, which we almost always have outside of the studio, but we kind of went for it here. So here we go.
heartbeats that meet outside the lines.
little groove here. So that's the first half of the bridge. Some really interesting stuff going on the guitar front. So check this out. Here, listen to these parts. It's like four layers of guitar. I think that's really cool. Let me bring you to later in the bridge, which we add in this synth. Yeah, so the synth really makes it spacey, like Stranger Things or any 80s movie, really. And then we were like, all right, what should we do to end this song? I mean, this bridge is very dark and almost out of place. It's a departure from the main part of the song. The lyrics in this part are actually very important. It's still, I can feel you in the night, heartbeats beat. You know, it's all about like essentially laying in bed with somebody, or being next to somebody. You don't have to read into it too much. And missing that person and feeling, you know, you could still feel them, but they're not there. And that's, I think, an important thing. And that's the darkest part of this song, which we tried to keep it happy, but from the darkness comes serious light. And so we were like, what can we do to get out of here? And so we took some inspiration from our favorite artists, the Beatles, David Bowie, and frankly, any EDM song you could ever think of has a big build up and then drop, you know? So here's the build up. I'm sure you can hear some inspiration, maybe not, from those two artists, but check it out. So much going on. Right, and so that goes into the final chorus, which is a key change. It shifts up, so vocally it goes up, so it's like an uplifting thing coming out of this big build, which is, to us, was really exciting. We're like, can we pull this off? And yeah, we did. But let me walk you through this build, because the vocals are really cool. I think they're really cool. Check this out. Layers on layers of vocals, billion, just keeps going, and then the final chorus, which is this explosion of, of key change. Now here comes the outro. It's just group vocals. Check out the group vocals. Tons of vocals. Big release, you know. So that's Hello, Hello. It is a story arc for sure. and was a ton of fun to make in the studio. So thanks for checking this out. Bye, guys.